Hi Year 1, I'm really missing seeing all your faces at school. I hope you're all keeping safe and well and looking after each other and your families. This term, if we were at school, we were going to do some bean growing and we're going to track our progress with a bean diary. But we are still going to do it. You can join in with me doing this, so if you've got some seeds at home, you can grow your own. You might have already done so with your family. Or you can keep an eye on the ones that we're going to do, because I'm going to come back to you every week over the next 5 weeks and we're going to track our progress. I have attached with this video a little PowerPoint that's got a bean diary on there for you, which is this one that I printed out. I printed it out and chopped it around and just used the bits. I don't mind if you haven't got a printer, do not worry. You can make your own, you can just do it on an A4 piece of paper, but it's all about seeing what happens over the next 5 weeks bean growing. So we're going to start today, Friday the 24th of April. So it's really important to keep a track of those dates, and I'll be helping you with that as we go along. And what we need to talk about first is what we need to plant our beans. So if you look on the table, I have got a huge bag of compost. I don't think we'll need that much. We have got little pots, little growing pots to put them in as well, which is great. And obviously we will need some beans. We're going to do ours with great big runner bean seeds. They are there. We'll also need a trowel to scoop up the compost and move it in. And well, if it's dirty and you're outside, you might want to wear a pair of gloves. And then we're going to need a watering can full of water, obviously, which we'll use at the end to give the plants some water. Now keep an eye on those, because the first page in our bean diary says equipment. So what you need to do on this page is draw some lovely pictures. I've not done mine yet. I will have them ready for next week for you, of all the different items that we're going to need, which is very important. Then we'll talk about the next page near the end. So I don't have 30 seeds, unfortunately, to plant one each for you. So what I thought would be handy is if I split it into houses. So I'm going to do 2 for each. 2 for Lovell, 2 for Garner, 2 for Mallory, and 2 for Harding as well. And then whichever house you're in, you can track that bean and see what it does. So the first thing is planting. I'm going to take these little pots, and in the little pots we're going to get some compost. This huge big bag of compost we've got. And don't worry if you make a mess, we can clean it up afterwards. If we fill each other up, if you push it down, it's quite dry at the moment. But that's okay, because we're going to sort it out later. Oops, there's a lot gone on the table. So that's why I put a nice cloth down here, a bit of green so it looks like we're outside on the grass. If we're lucky, it's been nice and sunny. So that should help these, shouldn't it? Because that sunshine might come in, might be important, a bit later on when we talk about things that these plants will need to grow. Nearly there. Last one's here. These 2 are Lovell's right at the end. So put a little bit more in. And the best thing to do is to, need a bit more. Let's push them down and make sure they've got enough soil in there. And this soil, oh, that needs a little bit more in. And this soil is great. It's got lots of nutrients in here as well, to help them grow. A bit like manure. That is wonderful. Let's put a little bit more into those ones. There. Right, so these are Lovell's at the end. Garner, and I've written, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to show you. I've written on these little handy sticks, which are great equipment as well. You can see everybody's house name is written on there, so I won't forget. Otherwise, I might forget which one we're tracking for who. Now, next important thing, we need to get our beans out of the pack. So, let's pull them open. Ooh, I'm struggling to get the packet open. Just rip a hole in the corner and pull them out there. I want to show you these beans because they are awesome. Can you see the lovely colour of those beans? They're like a black with bits of brown on. So we're going to plant them quite a big size actually compared to my thumb. I don't know if you can see that. Sorry. So 1 each. So what you need to do with your finger is just make a little hole in the middle and then pop the seed in and then just cover it back up again. Make sure it's not too deep and it's near the top. So if I do that for each one, so put a little hole in there, place the bean in and cover it up like that. So that's Mallory's done. Let me put their stick in there so we can see Mallory's. Let's do the same for Hardy. So remember, a little hole, pop that bean in and cover it up again. It's a little bit like tucking it into bed. And grow like you grow overnight. A little hole in there. Another bean, pop the bean in, cover him up. And that's Harding's done. We've got two more. I'm going to come around this side. Make it easier. This is for Ghana. So make a little hole, like I'm just putting a tiny little hole in there. And then getting the bean, dropping him inside and covering him back up again. So he's covered up. We're ready to put a bit more compost in that one. Again, another hole. This is Ghana's second one. So 2 each for each house. But I best do 2 just in case I wasn't successful with it growing. Let's put Ghana's in. Nearly there. And the last one's is, that's right, Lovell. So a little hole, pop that bean in, cover him up. Make sure he's covered and he's not poking out so he's nice and protected. And then another hole there. And do that. And remember, if you've got your gloves on, you won't be getting dirty like I'm getting dirty. But I just need to wash my hands. I'm sure you've all been practicing washing your hands as well, lots and lots recently. So, there we go. So they are all done. One more important thing that we've got to do with these first, and that's right, we need to give them a bit of water. Now, take your watering can. Don't worry if you've not got a watering can, you can just use a little cup and pour it in. And just pour a tiny bit in there. So not too much. You don't want to give them, overwater them. Otherwise, you can give plants too much water. There we go. Whoops, spill it over the table. There's Lovell's and the last one of Lovell's. And pour that in there. Let's just give Ghana a little bit more water there because it went over there. So now we've finished doing that, we need to put them somewhere so that they get lots, so that they can grow, basically. So we need to put them with a little bit of sunshine. There's lots of different places. I'm going to go and put these in our greenhouse because that will really help them to grow and to sprout out. You can put them in your windowsill so they get lots of water in there. But remember, make sure you keep an eye on them because we don't want to get them dry. So you can keep watering them, perhaps every other day, but keep an eye on them so your mummies and daddies can help you to keep an eye on them as well if you've got them at home. I will definitely be keeping an eye on these and making sure they grow for you. So, you now know what equipment you need to use, and you can draw those pictures on that page for me for next week. If you want to and you do them and you've got lots of pictures at home and you're doing them and there, or you've done other things as well, I would love to see them. I have put my email address on there. You can send them to myself or you can send them to Miss Cummins as well if you want to. There's one other thing that I want you to look at, if you can look at this for next week. On there is also an instruction pictures page, which I have printed out here. And it shows you, it's got a page here with the instruction pictures on. It says, can you cut the pictures and stick them in the right order on the instruction page to show how to plant a bean? Now again, don't worry if you've not got this, but can you remember the 4 stages that we've just talked about? There's lots of pictures there, and there's a grid here. On these, if you can, I've cut mine out and I've coloured them in. I'm not going to show you the order now, but when I see you next week again, I'm going to show you the progress of what's happened, and I'm going to show you my picture that shows all the equipment, and I'll put these in the right order. Can you get yours in the right order? Can you write them in the right order? I would love to see it. Yeah, I can't wait to see you next week. I'm going to go and put these in the greenhouse now, and I hope you have lots of fun doing it and printing it out, and I can't wait to see all your progress and your pictures. See you next week, Year 1. Bye.